Hello, everyone. Welcome to, instead of our team-based learning, we will be playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I don't have that sort of money, so our contestants won't be getting that today. But we'll be using some of our Brainstem questions and some trivia to do this game show for you guys today. Today we have, as our first contestant, Hannah Lewis. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Hannah. Where are you originally from? What are you doing with yourself next year?
Okay, I'm originally from Bolivar, Missouri, but I've been in Arkansas for a while. I went to Hendrix College, and I'm just matched into pediatric neurology at UAMS.
All right, congratulations. So I think
Thank
that was, and you've wanted to do some sort of neurology for I think quite a while, right?
Yeah, for a very long time, like middle school.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. So, are you familiar with this game? I don't know if many people in our audience will be.
Somewhat, yes.
All right. Well, you get 15 questions, and to win, you have to get all 15 questions correct. I'm going to move us over here to the side. And at any time, there are 3 lifelines that you can use if you have trouble with a question. The first is the 50-50, where we take out 2 of the incorrect choices. You have, instead of an audience poll, since we don't have an audience with us, we have jump the question, so you can skip any question once, except for the $1 million question. And then we have a phone a friend. All right?
All right.
So let's get started. We'll have to get through a couple of screens on this. All right, are you ready to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I am.
Okay, let's get started. So for $100, a lesion of this lonely nucleus leads to a loss of taste to the tongue. Let's move the screen a little bit over here. Your choices are A, the solitary nucleus, B, the facial nucleus, C, the mesencephalic nucleus, or D, the superior salivatory nucleus.
I am ready to answer this one.
All right.
I'm going to do solitary nucleus. Did they say final answer, right?
All right, and yeah, that's your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. And that's correct. So you have 100. Let's keep going now for 200. Which of these is a large woodwind instrument? A, buffoon, B, bassoon, C, pantaloon, or D, a macaroon?
I feel very confident in this. I have a music degree and used to play the oboe. So I will be going B, bassoon, final answer.
All right, so bassoon, and that is your final answer. And that is correct for 200. So let's move on to your $300 question. A lesion to this nucleus leads to decreased output of the parotid gland. Your choices are A, the spinal nucleus of 5, B, the Edinger-Westphal nucleus, C, the inferior salivatory nucleus, or D, the facial motor nucleus.
I am going to do C, inferior salivatory nucleus, final answer.
Okay. And that is correct. You're buzzing through these first ones.
Woo!
Right. Let's go to your $500 question. So which of these features is a mountain? Is it A, Amazon, B, Danube, C, the Nile, or D, Kilimanjaro?
I have always wanted to climb a large mountain, and I believe that is D, Mount Kilimanjaro, final answer.
All right. So D, that's your final answer?
Yes, sir.
And you are correct.
Whew.
All right. So let's go to your $1,000 question. A lesion to this nucleus causes the tongue to deviate upon protrusion. Your choices are A, the nucleus ambiguus, B, the trochlear nucleus, C, the hypoglossal nucleus, or D, the abducens.
I like my chances on this one. I'm doing C, hypoglossal nucleus, final answer.
All right, so let's pick that one. And is that correct? And yes, it is. All right, so you're through the first part so far. We'll start with our $2,000 question in a bit, but we've talked a little bit, and so there's some interesting factoids that the audience should know about you. I guess you're a bit of an adventurer. You're a spelunker. Is that true?
Yeah, me and my husband are both very outdoorsy, and we do a lot of stuff. The splunking is the only thing we really don't do with our German Shepherd, but all the other adventures, it's us and our big German Shepherd bear.
Yeah. Well, how did you get into spelunking?
So I think my husband used to have a lot of land in Missouri that when we were in high school, he would have caves on there. And then Missouri has a ton of caves. And then whenever we came down here, there's a lot of fun caves in Arkansas as well.
Oh, okay.
I would recommend Blanchard Springs Caverns. It's beautiful.
Oh, okay. I've never gone spelunking, so I was really curious as to how you get into that.
Yeah, we certainly don't have like our own like equipment. We'll borrow.
All right. I mean, how often do you go spelunking?
Oh, a few times a year when we can.
Okay. Usually in the same areas, I take it, or?
Yeah, we spent the last time we spent like a solid probably 12 hours underground at Blanchard Springs Caverns on the Wild Cave tour. And that was super fun.
All right. Awesome. Well, let's keep going, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So you're on to round 2. You still have all 3 of your lifelines, and you're up to $2,000. And at any point as we go through, you can walk away with your winnings so far. All right? You still have all 3 of your lifelines, and you've done pretty well. So let's get going. All right, for 2,000. A patient suddenly develops a right abduction deficit and difficulty shutting the same eye. There are brisk reflexes in the left arm and leg. Which site likely accounts for these findings? A, the cerebellopontine angle. B, the caudal pons. C, the rostral midbrain. Or D, the lateral medulla.
Difficulty going out. So now I'm getting more nervous, but let's see.
Remember, you still have all of your lifelines.
Yes. Okay, can we do a 50-50?
All right. So there may be a glitch on this programming, but let's see if it works, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So for the 50-50. All right. So we're left with the caudal pons or the rostral midbrain.
Okay. I think difficulty abducing would be a lateral rectus problem, which would be a 6, and that is in the pons. So I'm going to go with B, caudal pons.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. And that is correct.
Whew. All right.
There's your $2,000 question. So let's go to 4,000. So for $4,000, one of our trivia questions, which of these is a discipline in both men's and women's gymnastics? A, floor exercises, B, wall exercises, C, ceiling exercises, or D, roof exercises?
I actually love watching the Olympics, so I'm going to go with A, floor exercises. Final answer.
All right. And that is correct. All right, you are mowing through. We're about halfway through this. So for $8,000, here is your next question. In the nursery rhyme, who met a pie man? A, Easy Eric, B, Simple Simon, C, Plain Peter, or D, No Frills Fred? So you've already used your 50-50, so you have the skip a question and you have your phone a friend available.
Um, maybe I'll use my phone.
Okay. So who are you going to call?
I'm gonna call my dad.
All right. So the way we're going to do this is once we start, we'll start the timer, and you'll be on the phone with your dad. You'll have 30 seconds to ask him the question and get an answer, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
So get him on the phone. I'll let him know the story.
Should I put it on speakerphone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, Dad, you're on speakerphone for the Who Wants to
Hi,
Be a
everyone.
Millionaire.
All right. So let's go ahead and start the timer, okay?
Okay.
And you have 30 seconds. Go ahead.
So my question is, in the nursery rhyme, who met a pie man? And my answers are Easy Eric, Simple Simon, Plain Peter, or No Frills Fred.
Okay, repeat them one more time.
Easy Eric, Simple Simon,
No,
Plain
maybe.
Peter, or No Frills Fred.
Who's the Peter?
Plain Peter?
All right. Time is up.
Okay. Thank you, Dad.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
So right on the buzzer there, my dad told me Simple Simon. So I'm going to choose that one.
All right. That's your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. And that is correct. You can thank your dad.
I've never heard that nursery rhyme.
I think that's where the host is showing his age. All right, let's keep going. And you have one more lifeline left. It is the skip a question though. So
Okay.
so for 16,000 imaginary dollars, let's see what we have. We have a patient who has an intact blink reflex but has a laterally deviated eye and ptosis on the same side. Which likely accounts for these findings? A, the hypothalamus, B, the caudal pons, C, the midbrain, or D, the lateral medulla?
So with a laterally deviated eye with ptosis, that makes me think of a cranial nerve 3 problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that is in the midbrain. So I'm going to do midbrain. Final answer.
Okay. So for 16,000, there we go. So that is correct. So that's right. So that is the midbrain. All right, let's keep going. So $25,000 now. Here's your question for $25,000. A patient has atrophy and fasciculations of muscles on one side of the tongue, a loss of vibratory sensation, and a weakness of the limbs and body contralateral to the side of the atrophy of the tongue. Which site likely accounts for these findings? A, the caudal pons, B, the rostral pons, C, the lateral medulla, or D, the medial medulla?
So the atrophy of the tongue is making me think of cranial nerve 12. And I know that one's going medial medulla. So that I'm going to pick D, final answer.
All right. So for 25,000, that is correct.
Even with fake money, the nerves are real.
All right, so let's take a break. But when we come back, you'll be playing for 50,000 imaginary dollars. All right.
Okay.
All right, so we are back, and now we are at the $50,000 question. But before we get there, Hannah, I hear that you used to be you were in an opera at some point. Is that right?
Yes, I was in my gap year before med school.
So what opera were you in? What part did you play?
It was an opera about Richard III. It was a brand new opera by one of my Hendrix professors, and I had basically all of the small pants roles, which in opera world is like the women dressed up as men because we have a lower voice range.
Oh, I see. I was wondering what you meant by small pants roles.
Yeah, so small roles that I was dressed up as a man.
Oh, I see. I see. So were you in a lot of scenes or just in a couple of scenes as multiple characters?
Yeah, so I had a couple of smaller characters that would have like solo parts, and then I was in the chorus the whole time.
Okay. All right. So you were kind of a utility person for the show then.
Yeah, I was whatever you needed done. I
All
could
right.
figure it out.
And you got it done, it sounds like.
Yeah, we performed it in Little Rock.
All right, good. All right, well, let's keep going. So, just as a reminder, you're about 2/3 of the way through. You are 5 questions away from 1 million imaginary dollars. And you still have 1 lifeline left, which is your skip a question, okay? But again,
Okay.
you can't use that for the $1 million question, all right?
All right.
So, let's go to your $50,000 question. So, a patient suddenly develops dysphagia, nasal speech, a right-sided Horner syndrome, and the loss of pain and temperature sensation of the left. What blood vessel was most likely involved in a stroke? Was it A, the basilar artery, B, the anterior spinal artery, C, the posterior inferior cerebellar artery, or D, the paramedian branches of the basilar artery?
So I like to think that this is medullary related. So that gets me down to 2. And I believe the Horner syndrome, being a sympathetic problem, would make that a lateral medullary. And also the spinal thalamic. So I think that would be lateral is a pica. So I'm going to do C, final answer.
All right. So for $50,000, is it C, pica? That is correct. All right, so you have $50,000 in the bank, or imaginary $50,000. Let's go to your $100,000 question. By placing warm water in a patient's left external auditory meatus, under normal circumstances, you would expect which of the following? A, both eyes to drift slowly to the left. B, nystagmus with a quick component to the left. C, the left eye to look to the left. Or D, both eyes to look superiorly.
So I know in normal conditions, warm water is warm same for the fast part of the nystagmus. So, and the patient is under normal circumstances. So I like B.
All right. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. So for 100,000, is it B, nystagmus with a quick component to the left? All right, that is correct. You're on a roll. You have 3 more to go.
3 more questions?
3 more questions. And you still have the skip a question to use. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. So for 250, a destructive lesion of the facial nerve just as it emerges from the brainstem will result in a retrograde damage in which of the following nuclei? A, the superior salivatory nucleus. B, the nucleus ambiguus. C, the ventral cochlear nucleus. Or D, the trochlear nucleus.
So I know that the superior salivatory nucleus has a 7-part. And I know the nucleus ambiguus doesn't have a 7-part. Trochlear's 6. and cochlear's 8. So I think that leaves me with the only one having a 7 component is A. So that's what I'm going to go with.
All right. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. So, 250,000. Is it A, superior salivatory nucleus? And that's correct. Woo! So you have 250K in your bank now.
All right.
No, okay.
2 more. Okay.
All right. So now for $500,000 of imaginary money, we have this question. A patient has numbness of the face and scalp on the right, a loss of sensation of the tongue, and has weakness in chewing on the right. When the left cornea is stimulated, both eyes blink, but when the right cornea is stimulated, neither eye blinks. What is the most likely lesion site? A, spinal nucleus of 5, B, the whole trigeminal nerve, C, the ventral trigeminal tract, or D, the mesencephalic nucleus of 5.
And this is the $500,000 question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think since I have my lifeline, and this is the last time I can use it, I'm going to go ahead and use my skip a question.
All right. If you were going to pick, which one do you think you would go with?
So, I guess what's throwing me off a little bit is that, I think I might pick the entire nerve.
All right, and that would have been the correct answer.
Okay.
All right, well, we have one more question to go, okay?
Okay.
So for $1 million, here's your question. Which musician goes by the stage name Sting? Is it A, Paul David Hewson, B, David Evans, C, Gordon Sumner, or D, Saul Hudson?
Ooh. I listen to Sting every now and again. I've never thought about his actual name.
Well, given the choices on the board, I think that was on purpose by him.
Yeah. It would be hard. Oh, man.
You're out of lifelines, but you could always walk away.
I could walk away. I feel like I don't have a clue. I mean, when you walk away with imaginary money, that just means you have no kahunas, right?
I suppose. But I mean, it's your imaginary money, not mine.
My imaginary money. Okay, I'm trying to imagine the one that he really, really wouldn't want to go by. And there's lots of musical Pauls and musical Davids. So maybe I'll look at the bottom too. I think he, I think he really, really wouldn't want to go by the name Gordon.
Okay, so are you thinking C?
Yeah.
All right, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, for $1 million imaginary dollars, is it C, Gordon Sumner? And that's it. That's correct.
Yay. Oh, man.
All right, well, congratulations. So, Hannah, what will you be doing with the $1 million imaginary dollars?
Well, I could go on a fakecation, you know.
You could what?
I could go on a fakecation.
No, you could go on a vacation. All right. Well, congratulations. You've won.
Whew.
All right. And so we will have, so you're the first contestant today. We have a second contestant coming on later today, but congratulations.
Thank you. I feel so much richer now.
What was that?
I feel so much richer.
Well, congratulations. Good luck to you in the future, okay?
Thank you.